We had a grand opening today to open our brand new Early Learning Academy. Eastside expanded over the last year to add 66 pre-K students so that our kids going into kindergarten have the early education necessary to be successful, prepared and successful as they go through kindergarten. The biggest thing is giving them a great learning experience, to have them love school, to also give them the character and social skills as well as academic preparation, so that when they enter kindergarten, they are ready for kindergarten level work, as opposed to a lot of the students who often enter kindergarten below grade level.
And what does that mean to them, to be prepared?
It's so significant. When your first schooling experience is kindergarten and you're struggling mightily, you start hating school. And when you hate school, you don't want to put in the extra effort. So for our kids to go into kindergarten ready, to have a love of school, to feel successful in school, well, now we're not worried about dropping out, because they're going to be successful in first grade and second grade, middle school, and then high school. So this early education commitment is so critical and really helps make sure our kids are successful, not just in kindergarten, but throughout their entire schooling career.
Eastside Charter School is a great school in the northeast area of Wilmington, and it brings a great amount of pride to the community. And so their engagement, their level of interaction within the neighborhood and with the children promotes and prepares our young people to achieve. Within learning neighborhoods, it's important for Eastside and other schools to invest in the growth educationally of the kids in the neighborhood, not just from kindergarten or even pre-K, but before pre-K. Many of the child care institutions within our community provide a certain level of educational opportunity. But here at the Eastside's Early Learning Academy, they're really preparing our young people to be analytical thinkers very early in life. And so by the time they get to pre-K and kindergarten, their vocabulary is larger. They're able to be proficient in their reading and math, and they're able to do the things that is necessary for them to be successful as they continue in their educational pursuits.
I love coming to this school, and in large part, as Rachel was saying, I love coming here because it is such a joyful place. And I want to thank Senator Henry for being here today, and I could see by the look in her eyes that she feels the same way, and Representative Bolden, as well as the mayor and Councilman Gregory. We're joined by our Secretary of Education, Mark Murphy, and the Secretary of our Kids Department, Jennifer Ranji. And I am very empathetic to Charlie standing up here. Since I'm governor, I've been unable to get my words out twice. Once was at Ferris, and the other time was here, several months ago, because I am so inspired by what happens here. This school, I'm not the least bit surprised that you are taking a leading role in creating the early childhood opportunity, the high-quality early childhood opportunity for these kids. And first of all, you have already proven, and you saw in the numbers that Dr. Browne presented a few moments ago, the real hard evidence of the incredible accomplishments that he and his team have had in this school over the last few years. And it's extraordinary. Now, the good news, it's not the only school in the state that's making great progress. Coumba has made some really good progress, and Edison and Howard and Lewis are also making some really good progress, as well as other schools. But you're showing, you're doing it. And I have to say, we're in a bit of a, there's a lot of publicity these days about the plan that we unveiled a couple weeks ago to really make sure that 6 of our schools, all of which are in Wilmington, make some tremendous progress. And this is an incredibly important issue for people to be engaged in. Now, there are those who say that the plan, a big part of our plan actually is based around people like Dr. Browne, because it is our conviction that if you have a fantastic leader in a school who creates the right culture and who has the opportunity to bring his or her team into the school, that they will accomplish great things. And it's proven here, and it's proven in some of the other schools that we mentioned. Now, there are those who say that the analogy, when I mention a place like Eastside, is not a fair analogy because this school, they say, is serving a different population of kids than some of the district schools. It's not so. It's not so. He showed you some of the statistics, and this is a very inclusive place that takes those who want to be here, and they work with them. and they make incredible progress. And so this is something that's going to be playing out in the weeks and the months to come. But we know, because we've seen it here, that it can work. When you have a great leader who has the autonomy to make the decisions about how to run that school, they can do great things. And there's no reason that we should accept anything less of any of our schools in the state. And I know that's not why I was invited here today, but I felt compelled to say that. The early childhood piece of this is so critical, and I think, you know, when any time where your heart and your head can intersect, it's probably a pretty good thing. And the fact is, there's a lot of research out there, the Federal Reserve Bank in Minnesota being one, that says the most effective economic development investment that a state can make is in early childhood education. And so we are making some great strides in Delaware, thanks in large part to the support of people like Senator Henry and Representative Bolden and the mayor when he was in the House of Representatives, to support the extraordinary level of investment that the state has made. And in just the last 3 years, we've doubled the number of low-income kids in Delaware who are enrolled in the highest quality early childhood centers. And that's incredibly important. And to have, and I think the way that Dr. Browne described Rachel's role, she's not just in charge of the new program. She's in charge of sort of all early learning, and this idea of integrating what goes on between the early childhood center and kindergarten and first grade is critical. And it's the same thing that we're trying to forge in the rest of the state, but when you have the opportunity to do it within one school, it makes it even easier. And I really think it's a visionary way for you to go, and I congratulate you on that as well.